Hi, I'm Lenny for B&H, and today I would like to talk about the Nikon CoolPix P300, a 12 megapixel point and shoot camera with a back illuminated CMOS sensor sensitive to 3200 ISO and the brightest lens ever on a CoolPix camera, an f1.8 Nikkor lens with a 4.2x zoom, giving you a 24 to 100 millimeter equivalent angle of view. The backlit CMOS sensor is designed to be more efficient than previous CMOS sensors, allowing for more of the light to get through. This CoolPix P300 takes full advantage of the backlit sensor using that bright Nikkor f1.8 lens and Nikon's 4-way VR vibration reduction stabilizer to help you create good photos in low light conditions. The P300's 24 millimeter angle of view can get you a very dramatic picture angle, especially when coupled with the P300's macro mode for an extreme close-up, as well as getting you a picture with a lot of content in a small space. The metal-bodied compact P300 features full 1080 HD size video, as well as 720p HD video and high-speed video mode up to 120 frames per second, giving you a full range of options. In this CoolPix camera, you have a 3-inch high-resolution display with almost 1 million dots to see the small details in your videos and photographs. Nikon created this f1.8 Nikkor lens with high refractive index glass to give you images with more contrast. This lens design is good for backlit and night landscape situations, and you will notice the mode wheel has backlighting and night landscape multi-shooting modes as two major modes on the wheel, making them very easy to get to. When you choose night landscape, the camera will ask, do you want to use a tripod or do you want to hand hold the camera? If you do choose tripod, the VR stabilizer will be shut off. If you are photographing a still object in a low light situation, you could pull out your tripod and do a time exposure and get a sharp photo. But if you're trying to shoot a moving object, all you could get with a time exposure is a blurry, sometimes interesting effect, but never sharp. The P300 can get a sharp picture of a moving object by using a multi-shooting mode that shoots a number of pictures and sandwiches them together to get a sharper photo with a lot of dynamic range in the darker areas as well as details in the highlights. Now, if you choose backlighting, the menu will offer you a totally different option. Here you have a high dynamic range option called HDR with 3 different settings, 1, 2, or 3. Nikon says you should choose the HDR mode when you have very dark and very light areas in the same frame. Now, level 1 is for when contrast is low, and 3 is for when the contrast is high. When you do shoot a picture in backlighting and you turn HDR on, it will produce 2 images, one with HDR composition and one without. Now, it's important to take into account that when you are using the multiple shooting modes, they can slow you down, sometimes taking as much as 12 seconds to finish processing your image. Now, Nikon gives you auto mode and scene recognition auto mode that will detect 7 scenes from portrait to landscape to close-up. But in the P300, you can have complete manual control as well. Just go to M on the mode dial. Now, on the display, you can see Nikon makes the controls so easy to understand with a diagram that shows you the function of the P300's 2 control wheels. On the left side, the diagram shows you have shutter speed control with the wheel on top of the camera. And on the right side, you can see f-stops are controlled by the wheel on the back around the OK button. Now, some point-and-shoot cameras say they have manual control, but they only give you 2 f-stops, completely open or completely closed. The P300's very serious about manual mode. Here you have 14 different f-stop settings from f1.8 to f8 and 43 different shutter speeds from 8 seconds to 1/2000th of a second. The Nikon P300 offers a few different tools in the playback menu to manipulate images you have taken, including quick retouch for a general adjustment of your photo, de-lighting, Nikon's very effective tool to help open up dark sections of a photo, and skin softening. In addition to these, the P300 offers filter effects, including cross screen, fisheye, miniature effect, and painting. And it's important to note that after you apply one of these filters to a photo file, you can still adjust the photo using quick retouch, de-lighting, and if it's a picture of a face, skin softening. I'd like to suggest a couple of appropriate accessories. The 13059 Nikon leather case is made for the P300. This case will protect the camera and look good at the same time. Plus, it would make sense to get an easy-to-use tripod for time exposures and the self-timer. Now, the P300's bright f1.8 Nikkor lens, along with the backlit sensor and Nikon's vibration reduction 4-way VR stabilizer, makes the Nikon CoolPix an effective available light camera and a good general picture camera as well. For more information about the Nikon CoolPix P300, please visit us online, give us a call, or stop by our New York City superstore. This is Lenny, and thanks for watching.